Hey there writers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Emma. I'm a UK based writer and I write contemporary romance. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about what we should do as writers when we get feedback suggesting changes to our books. I have talked about this a little bit in videos before, and what I've said and what I maintain is that it really does depend on what changes obviously are being asked, and just you as a writer and how important it is that you keep whatever it is that you're being asked to change in your book, or whether it really doesn't matter to you. And I think this tells us quite a lot often about, as a writer, whether you should be self-publishing or traditionally published. Because obviously, if you are self-published, then you make all the decisions yourself. You can write whatever you like, and you might employ an editor and various other people to help you. But at the end of the day, if you want to keep something in your book, then it's completely up to you. Whereas if you're traditionally published, there is a certain element that you need to write what your publisher wants you to write. So these thoughts have come about because a while ago I sent a manuscript off to my editor at my publishers, and it's the first book in a series. I've never written a series before, but this is a contemporary romance series set at the coast, and it's probably going to be 4 books, maybe 5. Each of the books is going to follow a different couple, obviously coming together as they do in romance books, but with the other characters kind of playing a part as well, and it all kind of interconnecting together. So it's going to be really, really fun. I've loved writing the first book, and I'm enjoying so far thinking about the next books. So when I sent off this manuscript, my editor also asked if I would not send a full synopsis for the other books I have planned, but just a couple of paragraphs detailing what I was thinking for them, so that she had an idea where I was going with this series. So I did that, and she came back to me and she said that everybody at my publisher really, really loved the story. And just the general idea and how the stories will work together and things like that, but they weren't completely convinced by the setting. So the setting that I chose, I was quite happy with. I knew that I definitely wanted it to be at the coast. That's mainly because I just love the sea so much. I love going to the seaside and just looking out at the water, and to me, that's like the ideal setting. If you're looking at where is the perfect place to set a romance book, I would automatically go at the seaside. But I wasn't completely attached to anything else other than I would really like it at the seaside. So when she said that they weren't convinced about where I chose them, she made a couple of other suggestions of where the books could be set. I wanted to make sure that it was somewhere that I knew quite well, because, you know, obviously fiction is fiction and we make it up, but it should be based on reality to a certain extent. I wanted it to feel like the place that it's going to be set at. Although the town itself is fictional, it is going to be set now in Cornwall, which is, you know, a real part of the United Kingdom. And I really, really want readers to feel Cornwall when they are reading those books. So in this case, I went back to my editor and I said, yeah, that's absolutely fine. Out of the suggestions that she gave me, I thought that Cornwall would work best. It's incredibly beautiful, you know, obviously the most gorgeous coastline. I'm going to have a lot of fun writing this, and it made no difference to me to change this. I will need to think about a few things that were particular to where I had set it. I'll need to think about journey times to London for one particular part of the book near the end as well. But essentially, I can take the little town that I've created and kind of pick it up and plonk it in Cornwall. So that is no problem to me whatsoever. And although I liked what I had done, I thought that what I had done was good, and I liked where I had set my books. I'm not completely attached to it. But the other thing is that the reason that I have a publisher is because they are experts in the industry, and they are there to help me and to help my books get to as many readers as possible. So there's a large part of me that feels if they are making this suggestion, they know the market, they know what people want to read better than I do. So unless I have a real objection to this, I'm going to go with what they suggest. That's just the way that I feel about it in this particular case. I mean, I'm sure that there are plenty of things that they might suggest which I would say, no, either I'm just not happy writing that, or I don't feel that I would be able to write that successfully. Maybe if they asked me to set to set a book somewhere that is very foreign to me, that I've never been, that I don't know a lot about, for example, then I would say, look, I'm not the person to write a book set in this place, for example. But as it is, I'm more than happy to go along with it. If I wasn't, I would say that I'm not, and my publishers are really, really brilliant at working with me, and I'd never be forced to set a book anywhere that I didn't feel comfortable. I'm sure that we would be able to come to some kind of agreement, but as it is, it's all worked out brilliantly, and it shouldn't be too much trouble for me to change it at all. And like I say, they're the experts, so hopefully this change will mean that readers will love it even more than they would have before. Well, thank you so much for joining me for this video. If you have had anything suggested to you that you should change in a book by an editor in particular, and you did, and you really think that that change made it better, then I would really love to know. Or if there was something that was suggested and you said absolutely not, no way, I'd also love to know that as well. So pop those down in the comments below. Please make sure that you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you're not already, because we have a lot of fun on this channel, and I will catch you in the next one.